This Instagram account grew to almost 70,000 followers in less than a month by posting faceless motivational videos created using AI. In fact, they're not the only page. Several Instagram and YouTube short theme pages like this one, and this one have gained millions of views and thousands of followers just by creating faceless motivational videos. And none of them use the talking AI avatars that are doing the rounds. So we studied these pages and formulated a step-by-step process to help you create videos like these and get similar results just by using two simple AI tools. So hit that subscribe button and let's get started. The first step is to get your motivational quotes, as these form the basis of your videos. For this, we are going to use ChatGPT, which is completely free to use and can help you bulk create your quotes for multiple reels at once. Start by logging into your account, and then we are going to use the prompt box at the bottom of the screen to prompt the AI to give us a list of motivational quotes. Note here that how you write your prompts massively drives the quality of your results and therefore the success of your videos. So for this particular format, if we look at the reference quotes here, they start with a piece of advice and then they give you an analogy that explains that advice. And this method really works because it hooks the audience from the get-go. So we are going to use a similar approach and write the prompt this way and also give ChatGPT examples that it can reference. Now you can see with this prompt, we have taken care of a few different parameters. The number of quotes we want, we are starting with 10. You can choose a number that you want and build up later. The nature and kind of quotes we want, motivational quotes about overcoming failure inspired by Stoics. The language and tone of voice we want, impactful and simple. The format we want them in, start with the advice and give an analogy to support the advice, and examples of something ChatGPT can reference. Now, for the sake of making this even easier for you, we will share the exact prompt we've used in the description below, so you can just tweak the type of quote and keep generating unlimited ideas from ChatGPT. For instance, if you want to have quotes from ancient Eastern philosophers instead of the Stoics, you will just change this part in the quote and you will get different results. Now, once you press enter, the AI gives you the results in real time. Read through to see if you want any changes, and if you do, just give it additional prompts. I actually want the language to be simpler, so I'll prompt ChatGPT to do that. And with that, we have 10 quotes ready to be turned into reels. Now you can save these in a Notion doc or in Google Sheets to use for later. And now it's time to start creating your videos. For this, we'll head on over to InVideo. Simply sign into your account and then go to the text to video option in the dashboard. Here we will choose portrait as the aspect ratio from the left menu, since we are making this for Instagram and YouTube Shorts. And then we will scroll through to find a template that we want. Right now, you want to focus on the text effects and the transitions because everything else can be customized while editing. Now, once you find a template you like, click on it and then click on Use Template to go to the editor. Here you will have your canvas area on the right where all your scenes will show up, and you have your script box on the left. Now all you need to do is copy one quote from your list and paste it in the script box. Now after pasting, make sure you break down the quote into shorter sentences by pressing enter, because we don't want too much text or information on one slide or scene. Once that is done, just select the premium media checkboxes at the bottom of the screen and then click on create scenes, and InVideo will then work on finding relevant stock clips from premium sources like Shutterstock and iStock that are 100% royalty free for you to use. But goes without saying that this is not 100% on point all the time. So our next step is going to be to replace the default media with the images and clips we want. Now if you look at our reference shots, you can see that they are primarily using images with animations and effects. And the range of media you can use is vast. You can use digital art by generating it with tools like DALL-E. You can use animal clips like this account here does. And you can also find stock images from InVideo stock library, which is the easiest method to start with, and so that is the one that we are going to use. So we're going to go to the image tab in the left menu, and here we'll use the search bar to search for the images we want. I am trying to replicate the look and feel from this reel, so we want to find images of warriors or Spartan warriors. So let's go ahead and search for those. And I really like the results that have come up here, so I'm going to scroll through to find an image that I like. I like this one, and then we are just going to drag and drop it onto the canvas and hit replace in the pop-up window that appears, and the image replaces the template default. Now go ahead and replace all the images in the template with your own, and then we are going to add effects to these to portray the correct emotion. We will start by selecting one image on canvas, and then we're going to use the adjust colors tab in the top menu to reduce the brightness of the image slightly to make it a little darker, and we're also going to go ahead and play with the contrast and reduce the saturation a little bit to make it more grayscale, and that actually looks really great. So now we want to go ahead and do that for all the images because we want these to look similar to each other. The values of course will be different for each image because they all have different lighting conditions. But once you've adjusted the brightness, the contrast and the saturation for these images, let's go ahead and fix the animation on these. Now when you drag the play button, you can can see that the images are zooming in. This means animation is already added to them. But we can change these using the animation option on top of the canvas. We want to have an in-place animation, which means that the image itself doesn't move. It just gives the impression of zooming in or zooming out or moving from side to side. So we are going to go ahead and choose the zoom in option to give the impression that the image is being zoomed in. Again, you want to go ahead and repeat the process for all the images you have in the template, and you can choose different animation styles for the different images. Just keep in mind that they should look good together. Now, once that is done, as you can see with these reels, they also have certain effects on top of the images like smoke and light flares, and we want to add these as well. So for this, we'll go to the elements option in the left menu, and here we'll choose the overlay option. And now you can see there are several different overlays here. So we want to scroll through and find something that showcases smoke and embers. So here is the smoke one that I think I want to use. I'll click on the plus icon next to it, and then it gets added on top of the image on the canvas. But right now it looks a little too intense. So what I'm going to do is click on it on the canvas, and then I'm going to use the adjust color options on top of the canvas to reduce its opacity and also make it a little bit darker. And that actually looks really good. So again, we want to go ahead and add this effect to all the images, and with that, our media is done. Now the next step is to make adjustments to the text, which is largely there, but it needs some minor tweaks. So first, start by repositioning and resizing the text on canvas. We want to make sure it is placed in the center so that it's easily readable when you upload the reel online. Once that is done, we can use the menu on top to change the font. I want something that is bolder and makes the words look more impactful. So I'm going to go ahead with this one. And now once you've chosen your font, simply click on this option at the bottom to apply it across your entire video. The next thing I want to do is highlight some of the important words in the text so people know what to pay attention to. To do this, double click on a text box on the canvas, and this opens up a text edit window on the left. And here you are just going to select the word that you want to highlight, and it gives you a small pop-up right on top of the word that says the word highlight. And you just click on it, and you will see that this makes the word change color on the canvas. Now go ahead and choose the text colors option in the top menu, and this gives you the option to change the color of the highlight itself. Right now it's green, but I don't really like that, and I want to make it yellow because that stands out a lot more. So that's what I am going to change it to. And now you want to go ahead and repeat this for every scene, highlight the important word and change the color. And once that is done, it's time to move on to the next step, which is fixing your audio. Now, one of the most important steps here is to add a voiceover, because that adds a lot more character to your video and makes it a lot more engaging, making it more likely for people to watch it and share it. So for this, we'll use the voiceover option at the bottom of the screen, and in the pop-up window that appears, we want to choose the automated text-to-speech voiceover option. And here we'll pick from the realistic voices which are newly added. Now all you need to do is just select your country and your speaker. We are going with British English and Harry as the voice. And then click on generate voiceover. And now what InVideo does is it generates a small snippet for you to listen to. Give it a listen.
Don't seek the approval of others.
And that actually sounds really great. Then we click on add VO to all scenes, and the AI generates the entire voiceover for you and also syncs the scenes to the timing of the narration. You can of course go ahead and make individual adjustments by dragging the end points on the scenes, and that actually looks pretty good. Now the only thing we are left with is adding our music. The template already comes with a default music track, but with reels like these, we want an audio track that's motivational and inspiring. So we will first select the existing music track on the timeline and delete it. Then we'll go to the music tab in the left menu, and here we'll search for a new inspiring music track. Again, scroll through to find one you like, and once you have it, simply click on the plus icon next to it to add it to the timeline. Now select the audio track on the timeline and then choose the volume and fade controls on top of the canvas, and we're going to reduce the volume of the music track so that the voiceover is audible. Usually between -15 to -25 decibels is a good range, but make sure you give it a listen before you finalize. And with that, your video is ready. You can then go ahead and make some final adjustments, but these are completely optional. I actually want to go ahead and make a few changes to the transitions that are there in the template. For instance, I want faster transitions with this video, so I'll select this transition icon right between two scenes, and this will open up the menu on the left. Here we can simply select another transition and click on it to change the existing one. Make sure you select this option to apply it to the entire video, and with that, your video is basically done. Now let's preview our video. Click on the play button underneath the canvas to view what your video looks like.
Don't seek the approval of others. Conquer challenges for yourself. Climbing mountains isn't about showing off to the world. It's about discovering the beauty of the world for yourself.
And that actually looks really great. Now all you need to do is go to the top right corner of the screen and hit export. We suggest exporting in 1080p for the best results. If at any point during the video you face any issues, you can click on this chat icon right above the timeline to speak to our 24/7 support team. The response time is less than 30 seconds. Alternatively, you can go to help.invideo.io to access our library of articles and tutorials on how to use InVideo. Now, once your video is exported, you can upload it to Instagram and YouTube Shorts and schedule it to be posted. Keep in mind that you need to be regular with your posts. Start with a cadence that you can maintain and then gradually build it up. Make sure to check out this video next to learn how you can make over $300 per day by creating motivational videos on YouTube using AI tools. And don't forget to subscribe to InVideo to learn more such tips and tricks.